and gentlemen, I lost half of my hair while arguing with my other half. If not careful, I might lose the rest and look like Yul Brynner. The argument was about the status of tea in this country. Is tea a drink or is it a meal? Or is it more discrete word picture of a social class? Coffee is not my cup of tea. I can't stand alcohol. I keep falling down. Tea gives me the taste of happiness, especially when I struggle between life and death. Despite its magical infusion properties, tea presents a lot of confusion. For example, do you add milk first or last? And what makes British tea distinctly sweet compared to Chinese chai? Is it sugar or is it stirring? There are some known knowns and some unknown unknowns. About this amazing amber liquid. Tea defined the class and gender. It funded wars and propelled the economy of the empire. But at what point it stopped becoming an exotic foreign luxury and started to define the essence of Britishness? Why was this commodity, brought from thousands of miles, had become the afternoon tea the most important British custom? Who knows? The British drink around 165 million cups of tea every day. In a country where milk is cheaper than mineral water, tea is definitely an affordable luxury. The stuff that is brewing, steeping, screaming inside a dark teapot was once a glorious green crown of a tea plant called Camellia sinensis. A multitude of pickers and processors target those two tender leaves and a bud and transform them into either green, black, white, or oolong teas. Indeed, they are all from same source, if not 50, 4 shades of camellia. Herbal teas are not even distant cousins of camellia. They don't deserve any share in her fame or inheritance. Afternoon tea with cake of fine porcelain was a cultural hashtag. During earlier days, an armory of tea remained in the jurisdiction of ladies. We are talking about china cups, saucers, teapots, lacquered tables, dung waiters, 36-inch by 36-inch lace tea cloths, scones, queen's jar, clotted cream, Victoria sponge, cucumber sandwiches, gowns, hats, gloves. The list is limitless. It's all about the package around the tea, just like hyacinth bouquets in which is all about Royal Doulton hand-painted Penny Nichols porcelain. or to show off her perfectly manicured fingers. Sadly, the ambience of afternoon tea was liquidated. The glamour and thrill of having pompous porcelain gradually faded. There was no sign of Clarice Cliff's crockery either. What happened? When work has become the cusp of drinking classes, people encountered with lot of time poverty. People found it easier to brew the tea still inside a hand-knitted fabric bag. Tetley seized the opportunity and invented the tea bag. Suddenly, we were all mugged. Making a mug of tea has become a piece of cake. Even chimps started to make it with a slinging of cheesy tips. As a nation, we are dedicated to keeping physically fit and parking our cars as close to the health club. Why do we drink alcohol to others' health and spoil our own? And drinking a daily cup of tea can bankrupt the pharmacy. This delicious drink is the finest solution to nearly every catastrophe and conundrum that a day may bring. It boils our ego. It evaporates our worries. It dilutes our sorrows. It filters our mistakes and gives us the taste of happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, boil it, brew it, steep it, serve it. A cuppa will see you through. And why not a second cup?